been lied to your whole lives. Let me show you why we don't need population control. We need to utilize technologies that exist, and we can have 1 trillion people on this planet, no problem.
Could our planet ever support 1 trillion human beings? This might sound like an outlandish proposition, but let's explore 10 hypothetical ways that
Stay
could
tuned
make it a
after the
reality.
10, and I'll give you at least 1, if not 3, other technologies that we can utilize to have 1 trillion people on Earth.
1. Vertical living. As urban living becomes more appealing, skyscrapers could house millions, even billions in compact, efficient
Yes, I know.
spaces.
My ideas are outlandish. Imagine, every house that we built, we just built skyscrapers, and then, I mean, people would have places to live. We couldn't allow that, could we?
Ocean colonies. 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. Developing sustainable floating cities could unlock vast
I mean,
new
we could all take a
territories for
lesson
human-
from Google. They already have harbor bases. For example, one in New York, they have a huge base in the harbor, tax-free, and no rent, low building costs. We should all take to the high seas. Forget property taxes.
Station.
Yar! Here I give you my first bonus. 2.5 underwater habitats. And this is how we
future
do.
lie beneath the waves. The idea of living underwater, once the stuff of science fiction, may not be as far-fetched as it once seemed. With the rapid advancement of technology, the dream of constructing underwater habitats is inching closer to reality. The inception of this journey towards underwater living began in the 1960s. Jacques Cousteau, a legendary oceanographer, developed the first underwater habitat, known as Conshelf 1. Positioned 10 meters below the surface of the Mediterranean Sea, Conshelf 1 allowed oceanauts to live and work on the seafloor for weeks at a time, marking a significant milestone in underwater habitation. The 1970s saw the evolution of underwater habitats with the creation of the Tektite program. Funded by NASA, this project furthered the capabilities of underwater living, housing aquanauts for up to 60 days. The Tektite habitat, submerged at the depth of 15 meters, offered scientists the opportunity to study marine life in their natural environment for extended periods, an unprecedented achievement at the time. Fast forward to the 21st century, and the concept of underwater living has taken a futuristic turn. Companies like US Submarine Structures are now designing luxurious underwater homes. These habitats, known as H2OME, are fully submerged, self-sustaining, and offer panoramic views of the ocean floor. Even more impressive is the Aquarius Reef Base, the world's only undersea research station. Operated by Florida International University, the Aquarius sits 60 feet below the surface and serves as a home to scientists for missions that last up to 10 days. But the journey does not stop there. The future holds even more exciting prospects. Concepts like the Ocean Spiral by Shimizu Corporation propose a self-sustaining city beneath the waves, housing up to 5,000 residents and using the sea itself to generate energy, produce food, and dispose of carbon dioxide. In summary, the journey towards underwater living began with the pioneering work of Jacques Cousteau in the 1960s. It progressed through the 1970s with the Tektite program, funded by NASA, which allowed for extended stays underwater. Today, the concept has moved beyond mere survival to luxury and research with the designs of companies like US Submarine Structures and the operation of the Aquarius Reef Base. Looking ahead, the prospect of entire self-sustaining cities beneath the waves, as proposed by Shimizu Corporation, suggests that the future of underwater living is not only possible, but inevitable. So, the question is no longer about the possibility of living underwater. The question now is, how soon will it become a reality? And when it does, are we ready to embrace
3.
the life aquatic?
Subterranean habitats. The Earth's crust extends several miles deep. Why not build downwards? With sophisticated engineering, we could create vast
World
subterranean
beneath the surface of the
cities.
Earth, a place where humans not only survive, but thrive. Might this be an answer to the conundrum of overpopulation or a solution to the looming threat of climate change? Could the depths of our planet hold the key to our future? Subterranean habitats or homes built underground are not a new concept. From ancient troglodyte dwellings to modern bunkers, humanity has long explored the idea. But what if we could take this concept to the next level? What if we could create fully self-sustaining communities beneath the Earth's surface? The first technology that would come into play in developing these habitats is tunneling technology. Advanced tunnel boring machines, or TBMs, would be essential for carving out large, livable spaces beneath the surface. These machines, already in use in projects like subway construction, combine drilling and wall reinforcement to create safe, stable tunnels. Next, we would need to consider the technology for life support systems. This would include air filtration and circulation systems to ensure a constant supply of fresh, breathable air. Modern technology already allows us to filter out harmful particles and pathogens, but in a subterranean habitat, the challenge would be to do this on a much larger scale. Water would be another crucial factor. Technology for water purification and recycling would play a vital role in maintaining life underground. Advanced purification systems could help to ensure a constant supply of clean, potable water. Then, there's the question of food. In a subterranean habitat, traditional farming would be off the table. Instead, we would need to look to technologies like hydroponics and aeroponics. These soil-less farming techniques, often used in space, could provide a sustainable source of fresh produce. Lastly, the technology for generating power would be a key consideration. Geothermal energy, harnessed from the heat of the Earth itself, could provide a renewable and reliable source of power for these habitats. To summarize, the creation of subterranean habitats would require a combination of technologies. Tunneling technology would provide the initial structure, while advanced life support systems would ensure a safe and breathable atmosphere. Water purification and recycling technology would secure a reliable water supply, and hydroponics and aeroponics would allow for sustainable food production. Finally, geothermal energy could provide a reliable and renewable power source. The prospect of living underground may seem like science fiction, but with advancements in technology, it may become a viable solution for future generations. It marries the necessity of finding new habitats with the possibility of technological advancement, painting a picture of a future where humanity digs deep to find its place.
To feed 1 trillion people, we would need to revolutionize agriculture. Hydroponics and vertical farming could drastically increase our food production.
Have you ever wondered what the future of farming might look like? Or how we can ensure food security for a rapidly growing population? Imagine a world where farms stack up to the sky, not spread across vast tracts of land. This is not science fiction, but a very real and promising concept known as vertical farming. So, what exactly is vertical farming? Simply put, it is the practice of producing food in vertically stacked layers, often integrated into other structures like skyscrapers, shipping containers, or repurposed warehouses. The idea is to optimize plant growth, and soil-less farming techniques such as hydroponics, aquaponics, and aeroponics are often utilized. Step 1 is understanding the core concepts. Hydroponics is a method where plants grow in a nutrient-rich solution, rather than soil. Aquaponics combines aquaculture or fish farming with hydroponics. The fish waste provides organic food for the plants, and the plants naturally filter the water for the fish. Aeroponics, on the other hand, is the process of growing plants in an air or mist environment without the use of soil or an aggregate medium. Step 2 is understanding how these systems stack vertically. In these high-rise farms, each level can have its own controlled environment, tailored to the needs of the specific crop. This can include precise control over light, humidity, temperature, and nutrients, all of which can be optimized for growth. The third step is to appreciate the benefits of vertical farming. The most obvious one is the ability to grow more food in less space. This is especially valuable in urban environments, where space is at a premium. Vertical farming also uses significantly less water than traditional farming, and because these farms can exist in controlled indoor environments, there is no need for pesticides or herbicides. Furthermore, by bringing the farm to the city, food can be fresher, and transportation costs and emissions can be reduced. The fourth and final step is understanding the challenges. While the benefits are clear, vertical farming is not without its hurdles. The initial setup costs can be high, and the technology needed to control and monitor the growing conditions requires a level of expertise not always readily available. Additionally, not all crops are suitable for vertical farming, limiting its potential to fully replace traditional agriculture. So, to summarize, vertical farming is the practice of growing food in vertically stacked layers, often in a controlled environment and without the use of soil. It presents a promising solution to the challenges of space, resource use, and environmental impact posed by traditional farming. However, it also faces challenges in terms of cost, technical expertise, and crop suitability. In a world where the population is set to reach nearly 10 billion by the middle of the century and where urban spaces continue to expand, it's clear that new solutions are needed. Vertical farming may just be one of those solutions, helping to secure a sustainable and food-secure future. The future of farming may not be down on the ground, but up in the air, and it's a future that is as exciting as it is
Bonus
promising.
4.5, since we're on the topic of farming, what about all the windows on skyscrapers? They could all be growing crops, and on the roofs of all buildings and cities, they could have greenhouses. It'd be a nice place to chill in the sun. So you could have tropical fruits up there, even in Canada in the wintertime, utilizing greenhouses, especially even on the side of the highways. As far as I've seen in all of North America, everywhere I've been, just a bunch of space beside highways, unutilized. You could have greenhouses there, growing crops that are in the city, so you have local fruits and vegetables all year round, and you're creating jobs for the homeless people in the city, solving multiple problems at once. They don't need the carbon emissions, fuel transportation for international shipping of food. We grow it all locally, creates jobs, stimulates the economy.
Capacity. 5. Genetic modification. By modifying the human genome, we could potentially create humans better adapted for high-density living or even capable of consuming resources more efficiently. 6. Space colonization. The ultimate frontier. Colonizing other planets could not only provide additional living space, but also resources that could be sent back to...
Now you all know about colonizing other planets, but bonus tech 6.5 is orbital habitats. We can either orbit Earth, or we build these habitats to align with Earth's orbit, or plus or minus in orbit.
The future isn't just on Earth, but in the vast expanse of space. Imagine living in orbital habitats, not just as science fiction, but a reality. This is the intriguing world of orbital habitat technologies, which have come a long way from the realm of pure speculation to tangible research and development. The dawn of the space age in the mid-20th century sparked the initial interest in orbital habitats. Visionaries like Gerard O'Neill and engineers at NASA started contemplating the idea of large, rotating spaceships that could mimic Earth's gravity. The concept was simple, yet profound. Create a self-sustaining environment where humans could live and work indefinitely. However, the technology and resources required were far beyond reach at the time. In the 1980s and 90s, space agencies around the world began launching a series of space stations, starting with Russia's Mir, and culminating in the International Space Station. These served as crucial stepping stones, providing invaluable data about long-term life in space and the challenges that need to be overcome. Fast forward to the 21st century, and private companies are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are not only launching rockets at a fraction of the cost, but they're also actively researching the technologies needed to build these orbital habitats. Artificial gravity, radiation shielding, and closed-loop life support systems, these are no longer just concepts but are under active development. The 2020s have seen an acceleration in this field, with the advent of 3D printing and advances in material science. Scientists are now contemplating using lunar or asteroid resources to construct these habitats, dramatically reducing the cost and logistical challenges of launching materials from Earth. In the near future, the first prototypes of these habitats may soon be orbiting Earth. These habitats will be test beds, precursors to the larger, more complex structures that could house hundreds or even thousands of people. To summarize, orbital habitat technologies have evolved from early speculative concepts in the mid-20th century to tangible research and development in the 21st century. The initial space stations provided a wealth of data about life in space, which has been instrumental in shaping current research. The entry of private companies has spurred innovation, bringing down costs and accelerating development. Advancements in technology, such as 3D printing and material science, have brought the dream of orbital habitats closer to reality. The journey to a future where humans live in space isn't a sprint, but a marathon. It requires not just technological advancements, but also the will to venture into the unknown, to dream big, and to strive for a future that transcends the boundaries of our home planet. The story of orbital habitat technologies is a testament to human ingenuity and the unyielding desire to explore and expand our horizons. As we stand on the cusp of this new era, one can only wonder what exciting developments the future
Now back
holds.
to the listicle. No, not the lickicle. Listicle. Yar.
7. Resource recycling. 1 trillion people would produce a lot of waste. By developing more efficient recycling technologies, we could convert this waste back into useful resources. 8. Energy innovation. To power a trillion-person civilization, we would need to harness new energy sources, possibly even mastering nuclear fusion or tapping into the limitless energy of the sun. 9. Artificial intelligence and automation. With a population that large, manual labor would be impractical. AI and automation could take over many tasks, freeing humans to focus on other pursuits. 10. Cultural shift. Perhaps the most challenging aspect would be fostering a cultural shift towards sustainable living and resource conservation. This could involve everything from reducing consumption to redefining notions of personal space. These 10 ways, while theoretical, offer a fascinating glimpse into the potential future of our species. Could we ever reach 1 trillion people on Earth? The answer is unclear. But what is clear is that such a future would require massive innovation and change. From vertical living to space colonization, each solution presents its own challenges and opportunities. Together, they paint a picture of a world vastly different from the one we know today. A world where every corner of the Earth, and perhaps even beyond, is teeming with human life. Yet these solutions also highlight the immense responsibility we have to manage our resources wisely. With a population of 1 trillion, the margin for error would be razor thin. Each of these steps would need to be executed with precision and a deep commitment to sustainability. In conclusion, populating Earth with 1 trillion people is a thought-provoking concept that pushes the boundaries of our imagination. It compels us to think bigger, to innovate more, and to consider the profound potential of our species. And while it may remain a distant possibility, it's a possibility that challenges us to dream and to strive for a future that is as sustainable as it is
Hey, if
ambitious.
you guys like what you saw today or learned anything, please like, subscribe, comment below. Tell us what you want to see more of. I'll make an episode. Captain the Kraken signing off. Ciao, Bellas.